The long-awaited release of Reverse 1999 has finally launched. This new addition to a steady growing list of gacha games has offered us not only familiar aspects but also a very lively and colorful assortment of characters, visual flair, and gameplay that we don't see all that often. The game is a card battler with a form of strategy that revolves on a similar style of gameplay as Candy Crush, where you match your skills together to enhance them and gain additional damage and bonus effects to help you take on more difficult opponents. I'm not trying to intend that this game uses AI, but I just couldn't help but sense a strange tug in the back of my mind that this wasn't totally done by hand. I tried to look at each individual character that I came across to listen to their every word and to seek for any flaw that I might identify, that being their hands, their eyes, or their body posture, and analyze whether these were all created by artists or supported by AI creation. It's very tough to put into words unless you actually get into the game and witness it for yourself. Some characters' actions and emotions are simply not natural to what I normally see in this style. You are a timekeeper, somebody who can navigate the storm that is devouring all of 1999 and destroying humanity. The storm affects everybody but you, and you are attempting to solve this mystery and prevent it from occurring by using your abilities to travel back in time to prior times such as the 1920s, which are rich of aesthetics, voice acting, and images fitting the themes. The game's visual presentation is its strongest selling point. However, I do believe that the people will be misled by its trailer portrayal, as in there isn't any true movie scenes or really high visual cinematics as far as I could tell with the actual game itself. So what most were seeing was a lot of pre-rendered trailers. The animations reminded me that of Octopath Traveler, at least in terms of its post-processing visual enhancements, in addition to your standard turn-based gameplay. I felt like they did an amazing job with the aesthetics for each era, the sound effects, the accents, the visual representation of the years that you travel to, in my opinion. This is not easy to accomplish. The majority of the game is centered on clicking through the dialogue or sitting back, relaxing as you start to fall asleep due to the common relaxing melodies and really drawn out dialogue sections, which really does make you feel like you're watching something due to its heavy focus on the story, which, to be honest, wasn't even that good to begin with. To put it in perspective, you'd be spending about 15 minutes watching something and then maybe 1 or 2 minutes actually playing the game. It was very hard to digest. When you can finally get into the game, it feels great. Unfortunately, after about 6 hours of gameplay, the progression actually hit a brick wall, with little to do but wait for a few days for better dailies and weekly rewards once new events were introduced to the game, or pay a lot of money for up to 6 pulls for $20 to help move the story ahead, which was pretty irritating considering you kind of really need to have a lot of different characters to even make it past certain stages due to the element table, which plays a very high role here than most games. The problem is you are heavily restricted as a free-to-play player. While the game itself is beautiful and there are a lot of aspects like a bonding system, personality, and visual flair, I doubt that I'll actually play this game after my closed beta experience. I felt extremely exhausted while trying to push through the actual elements of the story, which became increasingly dull as the layers were added on top of an already muddled story. The gated story and terrible ratios for money spent and characters pulled felt extremely predatory.